All right, hello everyone. Welcome to today's section. And let me just do the formal introduction so that I'm planning to post this publicly again. So let me just give a formal introduction before we continue. All right, so this is a study section with Jayfx, and we're going to be discussing on not basically on Forex. We're going to be doing an analysis for the week, analyzing your USD, XAU USD, maybe CAD, USD, stuff like that. But mainly, I'm also going to be sharing some insights about my personal trading and how I do my trading. So if you could take your pen and your papers and you could jot down, and if you're in Nigeria and you're in luck, we're going to also share some insights using our economy and the, dance we are having with our government. So if you're in Nigeria and you're in luck, you get to understand some stuff. If you're not, then you get to see what's happening on the other end of the world. Do you understand? You understand?
Yeah.
We are living at a different edge of the world, a different timeline entirely. Not basically what you see on social media, but you understand. Me, I know this video is going viral, and basically majority of my followers are not even Nigerian, so they don't really see me as that kind of person. That's why I don't see me acting up like what these Nigerian mentors you see, showing up all those stuff. My kind of followers are not the people that will be interested in those things. Do you get? And if I do that, I'm just damaging my image. Unless, how do I impress people with just money? Do you get? Just showing profits? Like, it has to be analysis because that's what they're looking for now. That's what people are looking for. But these days, you just see people liking videos when they just somebody sharing profit. Like, what's your proof that that's not demo? Like, adding with AI and editing and all, people still fall for stuff like that. Like, just a mere screenshot and you think you can pay that person to teach you. Do you get? People don't look for value anymore. They don't look for knowledge because this stuff is the same thing. If you pay attention to this, you will notice that this whole stuff, yeah, it's just moving.
Yeah.
It's just the candlestick is showing the data of the movement. It's trying to, at its best form, show you how this frequency is moving. That's the meaning of candlesticks. Do you understand? Candlesticks only help you see the frequency, the volume in the supply and the demand between these two countries. That is Euro and USD. Do you understand? That's just all this candlestick is doing. This candlestick was developed by somebody. Now, what is moving is a different question. What is moving is different from candlestick. Candlesticks is interpreting what is moving, not the candlesticks. Do you understand? The candlesticks is only predicting, is interpreting the frequencies of this movement between two countries. It is not the candlestick. So how do you think somebody who doesn't know this thing can explain it for you to understand just because he has profit screenshots? Do you get? So most of those people are not really followers. You understand? They're basically just looking for what to pass their time. They're not looking to learn trading. But when you see somebody coming to Jayfx house, it's coming there because you saw my charts and you're interested in learning trading. So you're coming to get knowledge, not see profit screenshots. So for those of you who have not seen profit screenshot, don't worry, you won't see anything like that. I'm not going to show you my profit screenshot. I just finished eating. I've been eating and I'm okay. I'm living in a very fine house. So I don't need to tell you I'm doing okay for you to believe I know how to trade. If you don't want to believe too, it's fine. Do you understand? You can walk away. It's not by force. And if you want to believe too, you can learn and use it because I'm using it and it's working for me. Bro, I'm just wearing a casual wear, sitting on my dining. And bro is just walking around. I'm not going to work tomorrow. That's basically what everybody's looking for. A means of not going to work on Monday and then getting underpaid. Do you understand? Forex, you get to choose your pay. How dedicated and consistent you are in trading and in your knowledge will determine how much you get paid. Do you get? It's not by anybody or how much effort he puts as a man or how much effort he puts daily to respect who is above you determines if your family is going to eat or not. Do you understand? That's what's the difference between this stuff. Trading is a means of you to be free and be your best and do that. And I'm already free. I'm only doing this to teach people because I didn't get to this level by just sitting at home. You understand? But you can do that. But because of the rubbish online and majority of these people not telling the truth, you find it very difficult to just learn this stuff. And it's not that difficult. You understand? But the noise is too much. The noise is too much. You have so many people trying to tell you they know how to trade. Too many people. Now you're not confused. You don't even know who can trade and who cannot trade. You're just following. You understand? You're just like a blind sheep. Slowly, this is becoming colonialism. Like they're just colonizing people online. Whoever has the best profit screenshot and best setup, everybody follow. You understand? Nobody's after learning. The main reason they started trading was to be free financially. But is that why you're following who you're following? Or are you just wasting your time? That's questions we should ask ourselves personally. Now, back to what these lines are. And if you're new, you're watching this video for the first time, you can check us on Instagram, Telegram, and YouTube. That's all we are. There's no website, there's no nothing. You understand? You just follow me on YouTube, Instagram, and I post my videos viral. It's all free. You get. So now, these are candlesticks interpreting frequencies between two countries based on the economy. Understanding that, you now look at the economy timeline. That is the update, the frequent updates from the economy of these countries. This is what we call fundamentals. You understand? The fundamentals to an analysis is looking at the basic information that comes in daily from these two countries. So that's fundamentals. So we use the fundamentals to work with the technicals. The technicals is reading the frequencies between the candlesticks. Each candlesticks, I'm calling it candlesticks because I don't read single candlesticks. I read like 2, 3 together. So they are candlesticks. So each set of candlesticks would be telling you a frequency, which is what we call a range. That's on that time frame. Because you see these 3 candlesticks on a lower time frame would have something like this. You understand? It doesn't matter if these 3 candlesticks is on the daily, 4-hour, weekly, or 1 hour, or 1 minute. 1 minute has seconds. 1 hour has 15 minutes. 4 hours has the 1 hour. The daily has the 4 hours. So even no matter the time frame, each set of candlesticks has this. If it's a downtrend, it has this pattern below it. If it's an uptrend, it has the other one, which is this one. That's how they are formed. You understand? That's how candlesticks are formed. And these things are formed to give you information on what you're doing. You understand? And why you're doing it. Because all we are doing is looking for a point to join the trend and to leave the trend only. That's what you're supposed to be looking for. A point to join, not start. Joining and starting is a different thing. When you go to the edge of the market and then you try and you see a point of interest, a point, which is an area of interest, the same thing. And then the market is approaching, you now expect price to drop from your area of interest. But price doesn't, and then moves into it with a slow momentum, starts to range. And you're not saying it's still going to drop because it's this. Not paying attention that this is resisting. You understand? The area of interest, which is this point we are trading from, is resisting. Now, if this is resisting, that means the trend is not ready to go down. If the trend wants to go down, it goes down. See, the market is not led by structure. It just moves by structure. The trend is what leads the market. You understand? And the structure follows the trend. You understand? The trend just leads. You understand? If the trend says we are going up, the structure starts to go up. You understand? So if the trend says it's bullish, no matter what this structure is, it's going to break at some point because the trend is bullish. Do you understand? It doesn't matter. That's why fundamental affects the market, because if the fundamentals is a bullish one, it doesn't matter if this is a daily or a weekly, it's going to spike. Do you understand? It's going to still spike. That's how it works. So don't confuse the trend for the structure and don't confuse the structure for the trend. If the structure is bearish and you see the momentum is low, this is resisting. If it's resisting, it becomes a resistance. And a resistance cannot move the market. It's just a pattern. It's going to end up getting broken because the momentum was low. This becomes a cause, and this becomes the effect. Hold on 1 minute. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Hello, confirm if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. So this becomes a cause. We have a law in supply and demand we call cause and effects. It's basically why we have momentums and corrections. The corrections is a cause. There's a reason why this cause is being made. The effect of this is going to either be bearish or bullish. So there's a cause before there's an effect. So this resistance that was caused here by this structure was the cause to the resistance. You understand? But then, why is it resisting? Becomes the effect. Why is it resisting? If there's a bullish fundamental, it means the market is about to go bullish. So this cause, which is led by this market structure, cannot beat the trend because the trend is bullish. But if in this case, the cause is because maybe it's an Asian section, then you understand that this is liquidity because the cause is to generate liquidity. On London section in the morning, you're going to see this, and this becomes a stop point. So we understand these things not because we guess them. There are reasons to them. Do you understand? If you're calling an Asian section and you're picking it, identifying structure and all that, there should be a reason why you're doing that. It's not because you just know this is the Asian section and price is going to use it for liquidity. Why? You understand why? Those questions are what we use to analyze. So let's go back to analysis. I believe that's a little insight on what trading is and what analysis is. We don't have much time, so let's analyze. Do you have any question? Lady, do you have any question?
No, no question, no question. I'm understanding.
All right. So, sorry. Okay, so this is Euro USD. Okay, about the Nigerian stuff. The majority of the stuff happening now is just confusion. You understand? They're not understanding the meaning of government. I think the government got confused at some point. They got stuck in stealing money. They didn't pay attention in growing the economy. So now it's like the market. If we have been bearish for too long, what do you think will happen? It crashes now. Nigeria's economy has been bearish for more than 15 years now. Nobody's paying attention to growing. Everybody's paying attention to stealing. What do you think will eventually happen? The economy will cripple. So at this point, which this is a leap year, you know the meaning of these stuffs, you understand that what's happening is expected. Because we're supposed to be in a leap year to take a leap forward, but we're not in front. We are below. So what do you think will happen? We'll take a leap backward. You understand? So the economy will cripple. Right now, they're not understanding what's happening between private and government because now they have privatized everything. The land is basically on private one now. Like, and they're realizing that now they're bringing Binance, finding Binance over 10 billion US dollars, which is over 10 trillion.
Ah.
Who will pay that? Like, who is going to pay that? Now that where do you think they are going to put all those money? Back in the government account, because 10 trillion about 10 trillion is needed right now. That's what they're trying to say. They need about 10 trillion. Do you get? So they don't know who to ask because they have all been stealing. I've known politicians, I'm telling you, they have all been stealing. And this has led to a point where there's nothing to give back. Everybody has taken. And the country needs right now. So who will give? Nobody. So they look for who to blame. Now, who they are blaming is Binance because of the fact that they were insecure with cryptocurrency. That's nobody's fault. It's just a child complaining. You were insecure, and then a private sector came to your country and operated. You couldn't take advantage of it. Dollar was being fueled by USDT, and majority of your citizens are using USDT. Do you know how many percent of Nigerians are holding USDT right now? Where do you think that
So
is?
many.
USDT is called a stable coin because it's being backed by a stable currency, which is USD. This means USD is being backed up by USDT. So if the majority of your country is holding USDT, who are you fooling? You're basically being run by USD. So your country, your local currency will cripple, which is why Naira is crippling right now. And you're going to now blame a private sector, a company, a minor company, Binance. And you have over 70 different local cryptocurrency platforms operating in your country. Why not find everybody then? Do you get? Well, only them know why they're finding them. You understand? Only them know why they're finding them. We're not saying the government will know what they're doing. But then, if you look at it with clear eyes and being an analyst, it's not good for them. And if it's not good for the government, it's not good for our citizens. So Nigerians, you understand?
So we should stop saving our money in USDT.
That's what the government should do collectively, but one by one will not change anything. You understand? We are too minor to shake the market. But collectively, they should try, because the central bank created something they called the Naira coin about 2 years back, but she did not properly educate her people on how to use it. So we were not using it. We're busy using USDT. And now the market is in a bullish one. You understand? 2024 is expected to be bullish, money. And where do you think all the money is supposed to be money year from? It's because of the past years. It's a leap year now. So your past record is supposed to be pushing you forward. But then what do we have? We have past records of people stealing money. You understand? So there's nobody putting any money in. Everybody has been taking. And now they need money to run the economy. But there's no money. Central bank was being run by people who don't even know the meaning of economy. It's just connection and connection. Everybody's just going there based on, relation and who they understand to. My uncle this connection and corruption. So they don't know anything. And that has their ignorance and thinking by putting your family there would secure their lives has led to an economy which cannot tell its front from back. Now they are looking at blaming a private company to see if it will be possible for the private company to pay 10 trillion so that they can use that to recover. Do you know what 10 trillion will do for Nigeria's economy right now? How much do you think they borrow from world banks? They're already owing world banks like how much already? So 10 trillion would even help a lot if we get that right now. Well, finances doesn't even have that. I don't think Binance have that amount to even pay. But if they do, it's only them that know the amount of money they use. Do you get? You can't tell for them.
Yeah.
But it's not looking good
Even
for
if they
us.
give them the money, they will not use it to help the country.
Do you get? It's not even good for us, the citizens. Like, it's not a good thing for us. What would we be doing till they find somebody to pay those 10 trillion? They will have to start exposing themselves. Like, they have to start calling out those who were stealing money, come out, come and bring the money back. But we need it to, like, the serious case, so there's no money on back. But that's like after there's no choice again, like saying there's no option. Right now, there's options of blaming private sectors. So, they will start attacking MTN and OPM, all those people. Who told you people to come here? You understand? It's like somebody, a child who has fucked up. It's not pointing fingers. They didn't even understand the meaning of colonialism, neo-colonialism, independency. They don't even know why majority of them are not even politicians. There were people that had money in their private lives, then came into politics to invest those money in lies and hide them in the country to be safe, which is dumb, very dumb. I think our ignorance has led us to this point. All right, so what we have on the market, those of you who are not Nigerian, please enjoy the Nigerian talk. You understand? That is the only thing I can do to contribute to my country right now. I cannot just go to the central bank and start telling them all this. But what I can do is that I can tell the public that we are not criminals. Majority of Nigerians are being seen as scammers. We are not scammers. It's based on how things have affected us. You understand? Majority of the youths don't have choice. So they start to go to learn things they're not supposed to learn. You understand? So we do our best to educate the public on what's happening and how we can help, because this is all we can do, or use social media to criticize. Either we try our best to help the public or we criticize the public. That's all we can do actually, because we're independent now. We got that in 1960. So we're private sector now. We're all free. You understand? No under the government. And the government is thinking we are still under them, which is not our fault though. I think all them Nnamdi Azikiwe and Murtala Mohammed should have educated these guys like a lot. I think they just took them for granted. They thought they were also educated as them. And then now you have the country being run by touts who think is a means to steal money. You are given a job as a president too. Like it's not just to come and steal money. You have economy to take care of. So everybody's just stealing money. Who will not take care of the economy? Do you get? If we didn't look at that part now, economy have crashed. You're not thinking. You understand? It's a serious case. So this thing might affect us for the next 4 years, 5 years. Nigeria should go on a bearish trend, and we can't do anything about it. You understand? All right. So this you have here is inducements to this demand zone, and that is because this is an liquidity. This is an internal range high of this range, from this high to this low. Right. So it broke this low. As you can see here, this low broke this one. The fact this one broke this one made this a strong low, but this did not hold. So this one broke this one, which now created this bearish trend. Now this one is mitigating this range, which is now this, which means what we should be expecting to be now another bearish trend because it's now bearish.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Are you seeing? Do you know why I'm trying to draw these things now? If you pay attention, you will see this is broken at this point here. That's why I outlined this. But there's still a demand zone, a supply zone here, sorry, with an inducement. That's why this is highlighted. I'll take that out, but I highlighted it to explain this to you. This is a supply zone. Okay. Now, let me do some of this. Okay. Hopefully, I can post this immediately so that it doesn't get posted like Thursday, Friday, when the week is already almost over. I don't really do that on purpose. I just get busy. Now, if you pay attention to this point, you will see we are having a retracement within this range here. You understand? And within this range, we had this internal bearish structure, which was broken at this point. If you take out the candlesticks, you will see, this was supposed to be a high, and then now we are having this. All right, so that means that is broken, which makes this an area of interest because there could be every possibility we could have things like this. Do you understand? That's why you have this highlighted. But we can't tell that till Monday. Most of the times, I don't really analyze the lower time frame on the weekend because you can't tell what the Monday opening will do. There could be an impulsive news and then all this gets invalidated. We don't tell the market what to do. Remember, I said we join, we don't start. Basically, we join, we don't start. That means we don't start on Monday, we start on Tuesday. Do you understand? So all these things we're doing is trying to understand from the previous data of the previous week. The previous week is just a single week, a single candlestick on the weekly time frame, and just a single move on the monthly time frame. And we just started a new month. You understand? So it's not wise to predict the month before it even shows its color. We have to see what the month is looking up to, looking out for and looking to head. Right now we have a monthly high here, a resistance, that's the resistance, and we have a support over here. So we are within around equilibrium of the newly formed range. Okay, so the chances of this being bullish is very high. If you look at this, you will see this looks like a retracement, and the price is trying to, do something like this to clear out this high. Because who is the weak one here? Although this high broke this low, that forms this one. So we have something like this. That's what we have on the daily as that structure there. You see here is just like a single candlestick. So we have this and this. So this is like an area of interest that price could do this for. Do you understand? Based on the lower time frame structure and that. But at the same time, this is mitigating this and clearing out this. And then this is like an impulsive move to the upside. which this could be some sort of cleared liquidity, and this is potential liquidity, and this is a demand zone, and price could still retrace back to mitigate this. And so there are two possible scenarios for the monthly, and we can't quite determine which is which yet because it's just the weekend. So we have to pay attention to the price action and the structure so we could be able to determine what trend we are on. Remember, the structure doesn't lead the trend. The structure follows the trend. And what the structure is following right now is the previous month. And you can see there's not much to give for that month. You have just something like a pin bar. Do you understand? And that's not much data. So using the fundamentals, which I did not show you here, this is just technicals. You have to pay attention to what the fundamentals says because the basic technical of last month did not show any much data. So this is how I do my analysis. I don't just try to point at order block and say this is order block. And I use data, you understand? It's analysis for a reason and you can use data. So why are you just trying to force market to respect your order block? Like, who are you? You understand? Who are you? Because you have $100 in your account or $1,000, you just point order block and say sell because one boss online showed you how to use order block. Who are you? Wall Street is not even doing that, and you think you can do that and make money. Do you get? That's not how things are done. And obviously I'm not doing my analysis and they are playing out because of that. That's not what I do. So why would you look at what I do and think that's what I do and go to do that? Do you get? It doesn't make any sense. You understand?
Yeah.
Well, that's it. It doesn't make any sense. I'm not doing that. So don't do that too. If you're saying you're using what I do to do your own. So now, looking at this, me, I would go with this because we only follow structure. We can't just because of a scenario, a bullish scenario, say structure is bullish. We have to just follow what structure is saying and hope the trend is with us because the trend is always with structure. The trend is the friend of the structure. So you get, so if the structure is correct, the trend is correct. Now, after highlighting this, how clear is it to you now? Don't you see it? Like, it's not all about highlighting these things. It's not all about highlighting order blocks and all. You have to give it a meaning before you highlight them. Because if you don't give it a meaning, you won't understand what you're doing. You get? You will basically just get confused. Now, that I just explained to you earlier was what I had in my head about the analysis. If I was just to draw it, this is what I would draw. So I explained that to you earlier so that you can understand why I want to draw what I'm drawing. So when you look at it too, you will tell me now what you think. So you see the bearish scenario and why I say I'm bearish. You understand? This is a breakout structure. And please, if this was educative to you or beneficial, leave a comment. Like, there's nothing hard for you to even like the video. Majority of the times, I beg people to like the videos, and that's why we don't have much followers. So if we do our parts to comment and like, it will also help us to keep the message out and help those who are stuck in the middle of understanding what trading is and following the wrong person because of setup. So let's help each other by commenting on the videos, you understand? Most of the time when I post them on YouTube, so it will help us grow. You understand? It's us that will help ourselves grow. It's not like anybody will just start following you for no reason. It's because you like it. That's why YouTube recommends it to somebody else. You understand? So my possibility is something like this. You get, because this is not yet confirmed a strong low. Because it gave a momentum doesn't mean it's strong. It has to break its creator. You understand? It has to become a strong low by clearing out this high. So for now, the high that created it is still valid and gave it a pushback. This is like a rejection. It used this momentum and went in like, I want to be free. And this one just said no. And then this is this, which created this other block. So chances of this other block being respected because it's being backed up by this guy. And this guy failed to show this guy that he's strong. So which will result to this guy being weak. That's why we call it a weak low. And then this guy is being backed up by this guy. So if these two are together, who is this guy to hold them back? So this guy is only him if his God is with him, which is the trend. The God is the trend in this scenario now. So if the trend says I'm bullish, that's when these guys can be overpowered. But at this point, the trend is not doing anything about this case. So these guys will definitely overpower this guy. Do you understand? Because the trend left him here. The trend went, there was a bearish month here. And the previous month did not even show bearish, bullish at all. He ended up bearish, even if there was a fight between both of them. That's why the candle is like this. The data is interpreted in this candlestick is what I'm interpreting to you now. Remember, we're not just following candlesticks, we are interpreting data. So the data in the candlestick is what I'm trying to interpret. So when you look at the candlestick, try to understand the meaning of what it's telling you concerning these things, because it's this bullish candle means euro, the bearish means USD. So basically, USD is telling euro that
is stronger.
Exactly. The economy is stronger than yours right now. There's no way euro is going to be stronger than USD. That's all we are doing here. You understand? We're not just looking at other blocks. And with this now, you now go to look at the economy. Does USD have any potential future for the next 3 months that could favor the economy? If yes, then obviously you'll be looking at bearish possibilities from here once, because it's not going to take long. Price will get here. I'm telling you, in the next 3 months, price might be here. Do you get? So if you're thinking this monthly data are not needed and all, you'll get confused because it's the monthly, the lower time frame follows. Within 2 weeks, price could be here. And within another 2 weeks, price is already here and the month is over. And you missed out because you didn't pay attention to this monthly information. Do you understand? So the monthly information is always important at the beginning of the month. You have to understand what's happening. So if you're just joining in, please go through the videos again so you can understand what we did. Most of the time, I don't teach as a teacher because I'm not a teacher. You understand? I learned this stuff by myself from looking at things online and trying to educate myself from other people who I find educative, not like I paid anybody. Do you understand? I won't lie. I sacrificed over 4 years now for me to learn this. Most of the people I wanted to pay were not even offering mentorship. Do you get? Hold on, give me a minute. My laptop is not charging. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
No, thank you, Jesus. Thank God. Okay, it's charging now. So most of the time, these things can be very easy for me to explain because I learned them from experience. I learned it from using charts and charts. I'm coming from not a very serious background like that. You understand? Not like a family that had money and all stuff. We're not really that serious. We're just happy. Do you get? So I never had that much money to invest in Forex. So there was nobody to even give you money to even go and waste by funding your account. So I was playing with my demo a lot. So basically I was practicing without even knowing. Do you get? And that led to me understanding it more because my family is looking after ourselves. So I'm not forced to do anything because of my economy. Like now, you understand, 3 years ago in Nigeria is not now. Now economy is forcing everybody. So everybody is forcing themselves to learn. Then it was a choice. And I choose the choice to learn. That's why I understand this now. Not like it's anything. So it's consistency over time with the grace of God. So for you to understand this too, you have to understand that you need time. You need time. You need to take your time to go through these things slowly, over and over again. Don't rush it. Stop following those people showing you profit so that you won't get that attack and rush into these things. Do you get? Take your time. If you dedicate 3 months and you're not rushing it, you will see consistency. Consistency is time. That's you trying for 3 months, and it will definitely work. But when you rush it for the next 2 weeks, before you know, you're rushing for the past 6 months and you've not made anything. Before you know, it's been 2 years and you've not made anything. That's how it works. You understand? So we're going to end here. I'll send definitely send analysis to the Telegram channel within a few minutes. I'll start sending my ideas. So I'll send the recording too so you can watch them over and over again. Thank you all for joining.
Okay.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night.